My name is Francis George Apina. I come from Kenya. My organization back at home is Network of Men Living with HIV and AIDS in Kenya. So in short, we call it NETMA Plus. So that's the organization where I come from. I'm also currently serving as a CTF member, community representative on TB HIV of the Stop TB Partnership working group. Yeah. But I thank God for my doctor who eventually said, no, we cannot keep on looking for this thing. You have all the symptoms. We have to put you on anti-TB treatment. So from that point on, I was put on anti-TB treatment, and my life started improving. And after that, after I got well, after 9 months of medication, I said I also wanted to make an impact in the community, to ensure that people get access to treatment, to ensure that they get quality education on treatment, and also empower the entire community on how important it is for them to possess the knowledge and information about the kind of medical problems that they have. Well, it's a very, very devastating thing, for example, because most of the patients who are HIV positive, around 56% of them have suffered from TB. So either they are ex-TB patients or they are on medication. So it's a situation that really needs to be, to be looked into, and it needs the concerted effort of the politicians and and everybody else, a multi-sectoral approach to be able to get into the community and be able to help people. Because most people actually, because of the inability to diagnose TB in people living with HIV, most of the people die before they get treated, before they even get the results whether they have TB or not. Some of them do not get up to that stage. So I think it's an issue that should really be addressed in the community. It's very, very true, because most people actually only, all the information that goes across is about HIV. So TB is totally neglected. It's like it's not a big deal. You try to push TB in each HIV issues for you to be heard. So I really agree that TB is a forgotten case, and TB is now a major killer of people living with HIV. And I think it should be given the attention that it deserves. When we want to control the infection, remember TB is like a family disease. I have a TB. Like for example, in my case, I had TB. I had little kids. My wife is there. Everybody else is in the house. If I do not know the way of how I can protect them from getting TB, everybody will be infected with TB. So what I'm saying at the individual level is that people should have the information of how best they can, even the basic ones like the cough hygiene. I mean, how do I control it so that it doesn't get into another person? And then when you talk about the community level, is the community aware, and how can community assist in case detection, for example, so that people are treated before they become very infectious. And then at the institutional level, we are looking at, can we just put even a very, very simple structure that actually allows air circulation into the facility so that people don't get infected. You go for an HIV test or HIV treatment, but you come out with TB. That's what I'm talking about. It's really devastating, actually, a big problem for me, because the first 2 months are just terrible. Because, okay, you have to use very strong drugs, and you're also taking your antiretrovirals. It's just too much. Then you imagine the duration of another 6 months. Taking 8 months in treatment is just too long. If I can take antibiotic for only 7 days and the bacteria are gone, how about the TB bacteria? Why does it take 8 months? For sure, it doesn't make any, it's not right. Something must be done, and it should be done very urgently. Remember the number of, the man hour that you waste when you're on TB treatment. Look at the permission from place of work, from your business, for example. Going for drugs, going for injections every day for 6 months is just too much. Economically, it doesn't make sense. And therefore, I think it's very urgent. We need drugs that can take even as less as 2 weeks. Yeah. A person should be cured of TB and you go about your businesses, because it's curable and it is treatable. So why should it take long? Yeah, it needs political goodwill. It needs everybody, people to be on board to ensure that a lot of resources are dedicated to the TB research, so that we can be able to get the new commodities, we can be able to get new diagnostics, new drugs, new reagents, and which can actually hasten the process of identifying TB and also hasten the treatment duration. So I believe that a lot of resources needs to be put into TB as opposed to what's happening at the moment. I mean, people don't want to invest in TB. Why? And it is killing it's killing so many people. In comparative research, comparatively, the number of people dying of TB are more than the number of people dying in wars where we spend a lot of money. Why don't we divert this money to treatment of TB?